brushed them under the carpet.
I will always be amazed that, like, we've talked about the accountability and lack of accountability. The fact that everybody came back after Montreal will always stick with me.
Mm-hmm.
That Dubas was still around, Keefe was still around, all four of the core guys, Morgan, like, everybody just got to, and listen, they went past the first round of the playoffs. The next year, I understand that, first time, whatever. But that year, when you still would have been able to trade Mitch, you still would have been able to trade Willie. Like, I'm not even saying it had to be Mitch, but it just had to be one of them at some point. And the fact that everyone came back after Montreal was insane to me. So that's maybe where it started.
So when I coached with Sheldon, and I say coached loosely, I helped him do the coaching with the Marlies. I remember being in a playoff series, and after the first game, we had gotten walked through the neutral zone, and he wanted to change our forecheck to something we hadn't done all season long, like game 2. And I was like,
And you told him you're crazy.
No, actually, yes, I did. I told him, this is not, that makes no sense. We're overreacting, whatever. And his point was just that in a short series, you don't have time to figure out if it was just bad luck that your strategy didn't work, or you have to make the adjustments and assume that that was real information back to you. And it's funny that so many years they thought the Leafs just got unlucky in the playoffs. Tavares' injury happened the one year. We couldn't get the goaltending this year. They excused it away when they got the same information over and over. Yeah, they just didn't fall. Next time they'll fall. It's like at some point you had to have made the call and said, make a pivot.
Collectively, they had character flaws. It's like, sometimes you look at marriages and there's like positives and negatives, right?
Yeah.
But
Sometimes
there's a balance.
Sometimes they work against each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But all of them had that same flaw.
We kept saying, can you tape grit to this core?
No, and
How many times we had that conversation?
Oh my God.
Four guys making $50 million, and every single one come playoff time want to go around you and not through you.
And then you bring in all these guys you want to throw body checks in the fourth line and go, there we go. That'll fix it. Like, no, those guys aren't on the ice enough in big moments for it to matter. So.
Did you want to hear anything from McCrimmon about the trade at all? Yeah, okay. I put 3 in there. Well, let's do the first one, Derek, on the process to trade for Mitch. Quick one.
With respect to Mitch, we've had discussions with Toronto, going back a long time where we would have been interested in acquiring Mitch Marner. We had discussions at the trade deadline that were initiated by Toronto where they were trying to do a trade that involved another team. We weren't able to make it happen. When Mitch indicated, or it appeared that Mitch would be going to free agency, he was our target. He was the player that we wanted. And again, tying into why would you do that trade in advance? We wanted to eliminate other teams. We wanted to be able to create a one-on-one relationship with his representatives in terms of trying to do a contract, and that's how the deal came together.
I've gone on record to tell you guys that if it was me, I would have given Mitch Marner a window at the end of the summer to start the season, but I would have given them a hard date to say, I cannot let you walk out the door for free here. I need, if you are not signing with us, I need 2 teams, 4 teams. I need something. You got to give me something to work with.
You think they would have given that?
Hold on.
You think they would have given that?
I would have demanded it.
This is the most sensitive camp on earth.
Demanded it.
This is the most sensitive camp and player on earth. I mean, you bringing up comments in press conferences from years ago that, Tree didn't come out and say, we got to get this guy signed. It's like, if they had gone to him and said, give me 2 teams, give me 4 teams, I demand it.
Yeah.
I mean, he might have packed up his ball and bagged gone home.
Then pack up. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. Listen, I agree with you.
You
That's
have
right.
a basic
but you were dealing with a
principle and
live
you just
wire.
Stick with it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, it's over.
And they didn't show those stones. And I just thought Dobson and Darsh, they did there.
I cannot be embarrassed in this situation. And Brad almost was. He salvaged Nick Waugh, which was, I like him. And I think there's some good upside.
Yeah.
I think as close as you can get to anything of substance, usually these things are like a fourth rounder, a fifth rounder. They got a guy with some upside here.
27-year-old controllable right shot center who can play.
6'4".
Yeah, he can play.
He can play. So good on Brad to get something, but he came this
But it ain't
close
Rantanen.
to mismanaging an asset that could have been regarded as one of the worst managed assets in NHL history.
No
It is.
question.
Yeah.
Can I ask you about that 3-team thing that he mentioned there? Do you have any insight on what that was? Like, 'cause I remember you brought up the
Yeah,
Cowan
the
thing.
Theodore, I think, was involved before.
It was before the season.
Before
but
the
at the
contract
deadline.
season.
At the deadline, he alluded
nothing,
to
nothing, and it wasn't even close.
Okay.
Of Mitch being traded to Carolina, and he wasn't going anywhere.
Well, because he kind of alluded to that he would have gone to, because he talked about how if there was somewhere he was going to go at the deadline, alluding to his wife being pregnant, that's a place that they wanted to stay and sign. 100% fair, I get that.
Yeah.
But Vegas, it was part of a 3-team anyways. So I just wanted to...
There was nothing for the Leafs to think that they could. They just won the Atlantic Division. Like, I mean, or they were on their way to win the Atlantic Division. You're not taking your leading scorer, where you're perceived as maybe the best window to win a Stanley Cup.
It was their best window.
Exactly. So they would have got crucified
Killed.
trading Mitch.
Well, if it was for Rantanen, it wouldn't have been. I mean,
Could've gone well.
That was not happening though.
Rantanen had 16 points in 5 games.
The time I mentioned this, the time to have read the tea leaves was when, if you did your homework, you would have known that he had all types of problems with Colorado, and you could have possibly flipped him then. That was the only chance for Rantanen.
Anything else on that? Or
Nothing else on that.
yeah, no, we're good. So what the hell are the Leafs going to do?
Yeah, time to look around the league. Tree, who we're going to be joined by after the first break here.
Let's just get a quick thought on where July 1st stood for you with what you saw out of the Toronto Maple Leafs and Brad Treeley.
I think Anthony Petrilli wrote an article in Maple Leaf Hot Stove about free agency last year and just how hilarious the people who spent the most last year. The most money spent on UFAs last year, free agency.
Or
Predators, Kraken, Bruins, Blackhawks, Devils, Canucks. Those are the 6 highest spending teams in free agency last year.
And one made the playoffs?
One made the playoffs. Not even close for the Preds, for the Kraken, like not even close. Blackhawks. So the point is, the Leafs didn't do anything bad yesterday, which is a bigger risk than doing something, than the odds of getting something good on July 1st. So I'm okay with what they did. They took, some kind of low risk, high reward bets. And
yeah.
now they're shopping for someone in a trade.
I look at what the Kings did.
Which deal do you wish the Leafs did that happened yesterday? Name one.
I guess Tanev,
Yeah,
kind of. Like 2.5 for 4?
I
Or
would have taken
Yeah.
Brock Besser.
For depth guy?
yeah, I'd take Brock Besser too.
I'd take Brock Besser.
At that number?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. He's another shoot first, slow footed.
Yeah.
Not to completely get off topic here, but like, how does the Vancouver Canucks go from, we don't want this guy on a long-term deal, we couldn't even get a first rounder for him, to giving him 7 years
And even Besser-
$50 million?
Besser said,
How?
day of, he had full plans to not return, and then they called him and surprised him with an offer, and he was like, okay. Like, they both kind of just went, all right.
Because they're like, what else?
Yeah.
Good question for our Dan Murphy, who
And-
joined us at the top of the hour.
What's the relationship with Brock Besser and Quinn? I'm assuming very tight.
Well,
I mean, 2 American
Couple
guys.
American
plays like
boys.
yeah,
I don't think it can hurt,
can't.
right? But even with Mitch Marner in the lineup, there were scoring issues here.
Well,
So-
the playoff.
So, where's the scoring coming from?
I don't think they're as dead in that regards as other people. Matthews scored 33 last year, a year after getting 69. Not a 33 goal scorer. I think he can give you 50 next year. There's another 20.
Who's he playing with? Nyes and
It could be Michelli or Domi or
Malgin?
Certainly he needs someone else. The one year he had Domi and Bertuzzi, he outscored his